Good afternoon. My name is Chet Scovland. This is Chet. Can we do a retake, please?
We're live.
Are you fucking kidding me? Do I look like some sort of performer to you? Good afternoon. This is Chet's Picks with Chet Scovland. I am, of course, a former member of the 2009 Buffalo Bills practice squad. Hey, before we get on this show, I have contractual obligations to tell you that this show is sponsored by mybookie.com. Thank you to my agent, Greg Rosenthal, who hooked that up. He, of course, owns the third floor suite there in Akron, Ohio, next to the Quick Trip. Great office, great guy, gets me a lot of great deals. Of course, one of them is mybookie.com. If you use code Drinking Bros, hold up. I went to Arizona State. I have a hard time reading. mybookie.com, code Drinking Bros. It doubles your deposit. Is that right, nerd? Is that?
That is correct.
Will the sponsors be happy with that?
We'll see. Okay.
All right. Last night I was having a double fireball on the rocks, thinking to myself about the Bills Houston game this week. They will be, of course, playing Houston. I got to say, the first thing I could think of when I heard that they were playing the Texans is Houston is fucking gross. It's one of the grossest cities I've ever been to. As a long-haul truck driver, I've spent a lot of time on the road, all right? San Francisco to Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I've been through it all, east to west, north to south, all right? I've been up in Lake Itasca, Minnesota, driving all the way down to Laredo, Texas. And I got to say, everything about Houston is fucking gross. It's the Los Angeles of Texas. It's gridlocked. The people are dirty, nasty, filthy. The only difference is Los Angeles has beautiful weather and beautiful women, where, of course, Houston is one of the fattest fucking cities I've ever witnessed in my life. And that says a lot coming from a guy that's hitting up the fucking pilot lots at night looking for lot lizards for quick blowjobs. It says a lot coming from a fucking loser like me, that I think fucking Houston is some of the biggest losers I've ever seen in my life, except for a guy named Joey. He's a very good guy. I happen to like him. With the exception of Joey, everybody else in Houston is gross. The people there are... they're cheaters. They support cheating. If you know anything about the Houston Astros, another one of their sports organizations, they're all about defending that. So I don't like that they're a bunch of fucking cheaters. I also don't like my ex-wife for that. Yeah, so I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to have to go with the Bills on this one, just because Buffalo is a much superior city, much superior culture. But what's the over-under on it, numbers nerd?
Over-under is 47.
47. That's going to the Bills. The Bills are taking this. I'm predicting that the score is going to be 47-0. Is that how the numbers work?
Well, they're a 17-point favorite.
They're 17 points. I'm predicting that the score is going to be 17-0. Coming from the Buffalo Bills defensive team 13 years ago, I can tell you their defense is shit hot. It's amazing. It always has been. It always will be. You could put OJ as a safety or an outside linebacker, and he would have had freaking 500 tackles a season. All right? It's about the system, okay? It's not about the individual. It's about the system. And the Bills has a great system, just like Buffalo has a great system of making buffalo wings. All right? It's all about the system. So I got to say, I'm definitely going with the Bills. I don't know if you remember last episode, I had a little bit of a meltdown. My brain shut down. Of course, I had a lot of people text me. I have... proud to say I have about 4,500 followers on Instagram. That happens when you're in the NFL. Unfortunately, I don't have that blue check mark. I wasn't in the league long enough to qualify for any media attention or anything like that. So I'm a non-blue check mark, but I do have 4,500 followers because of my playing time in the NFL. People also probably remember me at Arizona State, where I was a standout walk-on. So I got a lot of messages. After my little meltdown last week, I had a little bit of shutdown. People said, Chet, you might want to go see a doctor for CTE. I got to say, our union's going through a little transfer right now of power, so I don't really have medical insurance per se. But I did find a veteran, a homeless veteran on the street. He gave me his veteran card, so I was able to fake his identity and walk into the VA for a free checkup. And so it's not CTE. I know after playing one season in the National Football League, it'd be easy to think I have CTE. It's not CTE that I'm dealing with. It's what the doctor told me at the VA is I have advanced syphilis. You know, it's kind of a game of Russian roulette when you're on the road and you're with those lot lizards. Sometimes you already have your pants off, okay? You don't want to have to run inside the pilot and go grab a box of condoms. So you risk it, okay? And unfortunately, I risked it one too many times, and I have advanced syphilis. Luckily, this is not the days of Capone, okay? I'm not going to die from this, but my brain is slowly deteriorating into the state of an 11-year-old. Luckily, we're not quite there yet. Doctor says I'm around about 32 years old right now, which is not bad. I'm in my early 40s, so I still got some time to go before they're going to take my driver's license from me. Of course, when I get to the 15-year-old stage, they will have to take my driver's license from me. And my agent is trying to book some sort of thing with HBO Sports, seeing if they want to do a documentary about my slow demise. So we'll see how that goes. Got a lot of media opportunities. I do need to make as much money as I can while possible. So if anyone's listening to this, if you have any work that doesn't require me driving, maybe you just need me doing simple boy work like sweeping floors at the shop, or just putting the patty in between the buns at a McDonald's, something that they can hire someone with Down syndrome for. If you want to put me in that kind of position as my brain slowly deteriorates, it'd be much appreciated, because I will need to stay alive somehow. Unfortunately, both of my parents are dead. Well, actually, my mother's dead. My dad left one day and he never came back from that pack of cigarettes. That's okay. It made me angry. It made me fight harder on the football field, and I did play in the National Football League as a result. Fortunately, I didn't qualify for, union benefits because I was only in there, like half a season. So I don't get any long-term NFL care. That's okay. The whole point of this thing is the Buffalo Bills are going to mop the friggin' floor. They're going to mop the friggin' floor with the Houston Oilers. Is that right? Or the Texans?
They don't have the right to the name Oilers anymore.
Okay. The Buffalo Bills are going to wipe the fucking field with those Texans. Is that who's that big fella, big white bitch from Wisconsin? Is he still with that team?
JJ Watt?
Yeah, the big old white bitch.
He's in Arizona.
He is? Pretty good player. Now, it says a lot that they couldn't hold on to that big old white bitch. So now their defense is even weaker than it was before. They don't even have the one good guy they had on that team. Who do they got in offense on that team?
They are starting a quarterback from Stanford by the name of Davis Mills.
From Stanford?
A rookie, I think.
I used to play them in the Pac-10. They were a bunch of smart bitches at that school. So it sounds like their quarterback is some smart bitch. Davis Mills, a smart bitch from Stanford University. And who's the running back? Should we be worried about him? No, they're not going to put any points on the board. Not with that Buffalo Bills defense. We're talking Bruce Smith, baby. Remember that name?
Yes.
Yeah. I saw him once at the airport. Very nice man. Smiled at me. I told him I'm also a former member of the Bills. And he said, I don't remember you. I'm there at every season. I'm at training camps kind of checking in with a guy. I don't remember you at all. And I said, hey, you better go get your head checked, Bruce. Might be some CTE. And then security escorted me off the plane. He has a lot of weight in Buffalo, evidently. He didn't like that comment. Who's the wide receiver core? Who are those bitches?
For the Texans?
For the Texans.
I don't really know.
No? I thought you're supposed to be the guy, my producer, my number. You're supposed to have this information.
Cooks, I guess.
Cooks. All right. Guess what? He ain't cooking shit. He ain't cooking shit this Sunday. All he's cooking is a fucking fist sandwich. Probably coming from the outside linebacker core, of which I am an alumni of. All right? What about their defense? What's their defense looking like?
Let's see. Just just pulling up the roster right now.
Are there any notable names on their defense outside of that white bitch J.J. Watt?
No.
So they lost the white bitch, and they got nothing. I mean, they're not stopping the Bills' offense at all, it sounds like. I'm sticking with it. I'm saying 17-0. 17-0 Bills. If I were you, I'd find the most shadiest-looking Italian guy on the street and go place a fucking bet with him. All right? That's enough for this week's Chet Picks. I have nothing else to say. I want to go lay down in my truck. I'm tired.